All right, Shalom, all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect brothers out there, the few sisters tuning in. That's sincere, I say Shalom. And to the Israelite foreigners out there that scattered across the four corners of the globe that may not necessarily look like your traditional Israelite, but their seed line goes back to one of the 12 tribes, link them to the house of Israel. I say Shalom. So I wanted to do a quick video. I'm going to play this video. It's starting to really go viral. I'm starting to see it all over the place. And you see these types of videos all the time. I'm going to play it, then I'm going to go into some commentary on it. That's one clip of it. And I'm going to go to this video.
White shark? Oh, dirty little dirty. No, it just blew up. Oh my god, somebody caught that. I got some gas.
I caught that whole on video.
Are you fucking serious? You got his spleen blown up? Holy shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's gonna sink. This was a National Geographic event.
I got that on video.
Are you serious? Are you still videoing?
God, I was hoping that was a shark.
I thought it was, dude.
Now, this is to see something like this happen. Things like this has been happening throughout the earth, on different scales and different levels, for some years now, and it's the demise of nature, like animals. You have had birds just dropping dead off the sky by the thousands. You've had fish float to the top of a lake or a pond or a stream or ocean area or a river, just dead. You've been having whales dewelling themselves, just found them washed up on the shore dead. Like when the autopsy goes on with these whales, that these whales were not in any type of health situation where they would just die like that. They're being poisoned. And there's different animals and species that are there, they're starting to rule extinct because there's not sightings of them as much as before, meaning their species is dying off. And it's all because of the so-called white man Esau Edom, who the Bible calls the wicked. They're in power, they're in control. Not only the fact that they're in power and in control, all of these things are happening directly as a cause of their rulership on the earth, and how they have no regards to life on earth, and how they have no regards to nature. Nature plays an intricate role in life. You can look and see what goes on with nature and really tell the civilization. Things like that. Nature's animals give you indications of things. It's like there's the people that were in certain indigenous areas would use animalistic nature of how the animals would act to determine certain things so that they can live in peace. The Most High put everything that works on the earth in a cycle. And the cycle has to be, when you start breaking chains on that cycle, it throws off everything. That's why the scriptures say the whole world is out of course, roughly paraphrasing. To the point where a whale would be in agony, floating to the top of the water, and its head would just explode, and all the brains start to gush out of this whale. The so-called white man is directly at fault to something like this happening. This ain't something normal that happens from time to time, and that's just the nature of the species of the whale species. No, it's not. We're dealing with a diabolical wicked ruler that does things that that has these types of occurrences. The ocean is vast. It's large. So for you to be doing things to poison in the ocean, because they put all type of corrupt things in the water. So certain animals, you have whales that are just attacking the hell out of. I mean, I'm sorry, you have sharks that are just attacking whales on a crazy number, which wasn't done before. If you had whales getting attacked by sharks, it would be it would be, you know, we didn't quite know because people weren't in the ocean like they is now. Now you have all these, but it's happening above water. You can see it. They're at the top of the surface attacking. It might have went on down low, but you're killing off the food supply in the ocean for certain things that the whales would eat. So what they gonna do? Whale is an apex predator, so they're gonna go after a hearty meal, which would be a whale, because whales don't really have much of a defense for a shark. And you have certain whales attacking whales too. This is what goes on with the so-called white man. He has all this radiation. He has all these pollution that he puts in the ocean, and everything that's going on is screwing with animals' minds. So let's get into the scriptures. It's Revelations 11:18. So, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servant the prophets, and the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. And that's one of the things we can't wait. We can't wait for the Most High to send Yahweh Shine, the Lord of hosts, and angels, holy angels with him, to destroy them that are destroying the earth, because that's Yahweh Shai taking the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, out of power that needs to be taken down. Because like the scriptures say, if Yahweh Shai don't come soon, there'll be no flesh left to be saved. There'll be no one left. He will destroy the whole earth, including himself. So the Most High is going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. And the so-called white man, the scriptures tell you that the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judge thereof, Job 9:27. So he's directly responsible for everything that's going on. That's part of the blessing that was granted to him, that he would rule the earth rule the earth by the fatness and by the sword. He would have rulership, full rulership. He doesn't share the rulership with no one. It's only Edomites that's been in power for the last two empires, and then actually this third empire right now. This is the third rule that they've been in since the Greeks, the Romans, and now they've been ruling, and they've been ruling in a wicked way, which is perfection to them being the wicked, which is why they were named the wicked. Second Esdras 15:1 says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, because they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against them, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." The incredulity means the unbelief. If they don't believe these prophecies that we go out and teach and put out there so people can see and know what's coming, we don't let that bother us, because it's going to happen. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. The wickedness is the so-called white man, which is the wicked. It tells you in Malachi, the first chapter, that they will be named the borders of wickedness. It means anywhere that they have control of will turn to wickedness, and they have control over the whole earth. That's why it says, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And part of their hurtful works is the treatment of of the creation of the of nature through animals. Like through their, they will get involved. The so-called white man will get involved in natural occurrences that happen naturally amongst the wild. They have technology now that they can get out there and interfere with the lives of animals without them being harmed. Where they can get these types of sea vehicles where they can go under deep sea diving into to a certain level of the sea, where they can film and explore and capture. They capture a lot of the animals throughout the earth at sea and on land. Without that animal being able to realistically defend itself, they have vehicles they can shoot, they can tranquilize certain animals underwater, and they can capture that animal. They can get up close and personal how they live and how they act and catch it on film. And they got a whole channel called the National Geographic Channel, where all they do is just go around the earth, where they can put themselves in less danger and pretty much no danger, and film and interact and get involved in wildlife, no matter where at on the earth. They're messing with their lifestyle. The way they live, they're invading. Well, animals don't do that to us. They will stick in their own habitants within nature. They don't run through the city, busting down doors, and you waking up and it's a lion on your bed, getting ready to put his paws on your chest, just to see if you breathing normally, to see how you functioning. You don't come downstairs into your living room and there's an alligator sitting at the door at the bottom of the steps, like, yeah, come on down. Come on down, let's get some breakfast, starting with you. Like, they don't do that. They stay within their ranks in their life, in their way of life. But they be out there, Esau be out there in his little hoverboard boats floating all through the Amazon, all through the bayous, trying to capture big ass anacondas and trying to capture different crocodiles and alligators so they can make boots and purses and belts and stuff like this. This is the so-called white man's. This is his doing. He's the pollution of the earth. He's the pollution of the whole earth. That's why the earth is polluted, because he has control over the whole earth. His hurtful works are fulfilled and shown throughout regular life. Now you have whales that will float to the top of the water and his head explode. And there's no true scientific explanation for why this is happening, besides the fact that this man has corrupted the ocean to where animals cannot live in certain areas what they would normally live in. Can't tell us this ain't the wicked. Micah 2:10. We all know it. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that animal, that whale, was sorely destroyed to the point where its head just exploded. There was nothing it can do. Animals don't have so-called physicians like we here on earth, even though that this scripture applies to us first, applies to mankind first, and then everything else upon the earth. We can do things about it. Yeah, we take part in the so-called white man's ways, and we eat his Americanized diet, and we breathing in the air that he polluted. We drinking the water that he is corrupted. We eating the food that he is poisoned. Yeah, we will start to receive the effects of it, because when disease take hold, it's because it's been years and years and years of this type of abuse to a body. It makes it unwhole. When your body's unwhole, is diseased, dis-ease. So there you'll have pollution or toxins that has corrupted the body to the point where the body can't function. Normal things in the body, like your organs starts to break down, and different things will start. Just symptoms will arise based off the years and years of the body being in a polluted state. So you have to detox and you have to cleanse as best you can. It's hard to do that because you constantly breathing in this air. We constantly have to take part in certain things like the water supply, because we can't even trust. We don't provide our own water source. The so-called white man have even put laws in place to where you cannot collect rainwater and purify it in yourself. There are people that are being brought charges on them because they've what? Because they have created with their own sense of their own research, or someone they know, or just some way that they found out how they can distill the water, purify the water, and drink it themselves. And they collect it and they don't have to pay for the bottled waters. And the so-called white man shows up to these people's houses and says, "Oh no, that's against the law," and tear down their whole operation. When he has no control when water comes from the earth, out the clouds, comes down to the earth. He has no control over that. That's nature. That's natural. That's the Most High allowing rain to flow in certain areas of the world. But he prevents you from doing that. Why? Because he wants you drinking what he provides to you. Another part of him wanting to play the Most High, wanting to play God. So what we can do is we can go to a naturopathic, homeopathic physician, not a doctor, but a physician that can advise us on different herbs, a different type of diet, and an exercising program to where it can help turn the body whole, help reverse ailments and certain diseases. That's what we can do. Animals cannot do that. A whale can say, "I ain't feeling well tonight. You know what? I'm gonna swim all over here to this homeopathic natural physician underwater over here, that he can help me detox myself of all the pollution that this so-called white man is putting in the earth, in the water, in the ocean." So, and then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna eat organic. Well, they all getting poisoned. They can't do that. So the whale just floats to the top and head explodes and everything gushes out of him. Right there that didn't have to be filmed. That could have been a situation where no one was around. The whale floats up, head explodes, all the brains and fragments and all the looks like organs and stuff just came up out the head. Just we don't know, no telling what all floated out, came outside of that whale. And then what happens then is other animals, other whales and sharks come along and they eat him up. And the blood will dissolve within time in the water. You won't see that it even happened. The reason why I was caught on film and right there close, and I played two clips. I played a close up, and then I played the extended version that showed it further from a distance of what actually took place. The reason why that was caught on film so that we can have evidence of who's destroying the earth. These things are happening that weren't happening before. The Most High wanted that to be caught and to be posted online, to go viral. So people can know that these things are happening. These are more of the signs of the times that we almost out of here. Next scripture is Baruch 4:25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemies had persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck." And here's what we waiting on. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High. This is what the elect does. For ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. So we, Lord willing, we're part of the hopeful elect. We cry unto the Most High that this man be taken out, that Yahushua comes and put an end to his rule, and put us in the power position so the world can be, so the Most High can give all the power to Yahushua, and then on down to to the Israelites, because Yahweh Shai's kingdom is the kingdom for the rule of the Hebrew Israelites, and everything will be set back in order, and righteousness will flourish throughout the whole universe, and the world will be rejuvenated. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that had brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Jerusalem means city of peace. So we will be the city of peace when the Lord of the Alpha, the Omega, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, the Prince of Peace comes by way of the word of Abanawa Yahweh. When he gives him the green light to come, peace comes with him, because he will make war with the so-called ruler that's in power, which are the Edomites, and he will snatch the crowns off their heads and take away their power and set up the kingdom of heaven. Verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Our children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruins, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. So the scripture tells you that you reap what you sow, and that they will be paid back for the wrong of their doings. We're waiting patiently for this. Verse 34, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure. She shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. It's talking about America. And when it talks about her is that harlot that sits on a scarlet colored beast. And the scripture talks about Revelation, I believe 17. It goes into that harlot that sits on that beast is America. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathering together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. And that's what you see happening now. That's the emphasis of that this is taking place. When you see brothers from the northern kingdom tribes and the southern kingdom tribes all across the four corners of the earth coming together by the word, by this truth, by the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, giving them understanding. So with that, I'm gonna close this video out. Just wanted to do this video on Esau. Part of the things that he does, besides putting hell on people, is he put hell on anything that's inhabiting the earth. Anything that's living on the earth is affected by his rulership. Even trees. Everything that has everything that plays part in life is struggling and suffering with this man in power. He has to be taken out, and Lord willing, sooner than later. All praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Arakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.